An Oracle forecast for the week of 15th of January 2018. This is a general overview for all star signs. In other words, it's the prevalent overarching energies for the week. If you'd like a personal or private reading or that incredible soulmate reading, you can contact me via the links in the description box below. We start up with a relationship reading, we follow it up with a general reading, and we finish off with your soul path evolution reading. So where relationships are concerned this week, you'll see you have letting go, then coming together, then adventure, and then differences. Look how this goes back and forth. It's sort of the dichotomy, the opposites that are in relationships this week. If I look at these cards, the message that comes through for all of you is, this week we are going to be letting go of something. We could in actual fact be letting go of someone that we know is not good for us in a relationship any longer. I don't think this comes as a surprise for those of you who are going to be doing this. I think you've been thinking about this now. And this is the week where you finally decide to open your heart and hands and actually let that person go, because you feel the two of you perhaps just don't belong together any longer. It's not going to work out the way you want it to, or the relationship has gone its course. For others of you, this is a case of something within your relationship you are letting go of. You're letting go of either the need to control, perhaps too often, or something of your expectations being many for your partner, or of some ideal that you had built up in your mind for your partnership, and you realize that's not the direction that this relationship should be going. Others of you, yet again, are letting go of the constant search for somebody. This week, you're just going to take a break from it. That letting go card for all of us is basically this week, we're going to decide, let me let go of trying to control the outcome or what happens next in my life where relationships are concerned. I'm handing over control to the higher spirit, to God, to spirit, to the universe, whatever it may be. I'm handing over this week. I'm giving it to you on a platter. I'm opening my hands and saying, for this week, I'm not going to try and control what happens. Then what happens is you come together, of course, because the moment we let go, we make a void and the universe fills the void, doesn't it? So what you then discover is when you let go of the need to control, which we're all going to do this week, we're going to let go of the need to control to either try and bring someone into our life, or to try and control our relationship, or to try and control certain aspects of our relationship. We suddenly feel closer to the person we're with. A miracle, indeed. Or suddenly someone just appears in our lives that we didn't plan on. We weren't even thinking about it anymore. We'd handed that over together. But that closeness of spirit definitely comes with someone else, with a connection with somebody happens this week because of our letting go. This leads us off on an adventure. Often when we do not anticipate something that comes into our lives, but it's a good something, it leads us on an adventure. It leads us down a path we had not anticipated or thought of, but it's good, great fun nevertheless. This, of course, leads us down a path we hadn't thought of where relationships are concerned, because we handed over the control. In other words, we weren't making plans anymore. We're not making plans to bring someone into our lives. We're not taking plans to direct the course of our relationships. We're letting that go this week, and suddenly we find this closeness with someone. And this takes us off on a new path we had not anticipated with somebody. What this does do is we then realize and recognize the person we are with, or the person we're going to be with, is very different to us. And we accept that. We actually sort of see for once, we either see it again or we see for once that maybe being different is what gives us adventure in our lives. It's what adds that spark to relating to someone. It's what adds the enjoyment, the sort of unpredictability of what can happen within a relationship. So it's definitely the prevailing energy in relationships this week. Exciting, definitely. Now, if we look at your general forecast, and this applies to your career, your general life, your family life, you see you'll get promises. Spring, breaking through, and beyond. It's a similar kind of feel. The promises says, okay, so what we are discussing here is something that is committed. So it's either a family relationship, or it's a career path you've chosen, or it's something in your life, a project or something that you have committed yourself to. That is about to show some kind of new beginning. So in your career, you might find an idea you were committed to, a goal you were committed to, shows signs of growing, some new growth, some growth in a new direction, or new growth you hadn't thought would be happening. This can be happening in your family life as well. Some part of your family dynamics shows new growth, which is always wonderful. You know, maybe something you've been struggling with in family dynamics suddenly gives way to new growth within the family dynamics. This is a breakthrough, right? Definitely that breaking through says as much. So it's a breakthrough in your career, or it's a breakthrough in your family life, or just a breakthrough in your general life, in your dieting, your exercising, whatever it may be applied to. Something you committed yourself to, though, shows a breakthrough. What transpires after this is just a little bit beyond our sight at the moment. We do not know where this is going to go for this week, and I think for a little bit beyond that. We're just going to have to see where this new growth and this breakthrough takes us, because there's not going to be an indication of how big this breakthrough is, what this breakthrough will lead to, how it's going to change our lives, be it a change in your career or your family life or your home life, whatever the case may be. Right now, we don't get to see what the roll-on effect is going to be of this breakthrough. But this week, know there's a breakthrough, either in your career or your family life, home life, general life, projects, whatever it may be. It shows signs of new growth. And always with breakthrough comes that like a little bit of a release, as if something had been building up and making pressure. And this signs of new growth kind of relieves that pressure for you. But as I say, as yet, we do not know where this is going to go. It's just been kept just a little bit beyond our sight at the moment, because right now the universe just wants us to experience that feeling of breakthrough and new growth. Very nice reading. If we have a look at your soul path evolution, in other words, what is it that your soul is wanting to experience this week? This is also an interesting lineup and a nice one. You get the Four of Water, the Sun, and the Nine of Water. Now, the Four of Water speaks about perhaps shifting our focus from, perhaps in the last few months and weeks, we've been sort of kind of focused on what isn't working, what's not making us happy, you know, and it's probably not our faults. It's a case of those of the things that have been churning underneath and coming up in all of our lives. You know, it's kind of been held in front of us like a mirror almost. This is not working in your life. That's not working in your life. This is what's not making you happy. This week that energy shifts. Because you get the Sun and the Nine of Water, it's as if the Sun comes out. The Sun is happiness, it's joy, it's that childlike enjoyment, that naive enjoyment of things again. And the Nine of Water is one of the wish fulfillment cards in the tarot deck. So this week, wishes get fulfilled. For all of you, somewhere along the line, a wish is fulfilled this week. Be it that you wish that a family dynamic would change, be it that you wish that your career would make some kind of shift, just some, that's what it is. Just some kind of shift all of you have been wishing for in some area of your lives, maybe in more than one area of your life. And this is the week that it happens. That card that said about beyond, we won't see what the, after effects or how big the shift is. All we see this week is that shift, but it does give us that relief, and it is a wish fulfilled. Very nice reading. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm just going to repeat again. If you would like a personal or private reading, or that really, really, really amazing soulmate reading, you can contact me via the links in the description box below. I want to thank you for watching and listening and commenting and liking and subscribing, and also very special thank you to anyone that decides to share this video.